2 days, these posters got 15,000 signatures. We know Franco Harris has always been outspoken about this. Um, he wrote on the thing, "Honor Joe, restore the wins." Larry Johnson, he used to play in the NFL for the Chiefs. He was a big part of this. Um, and who was the president at the time of Penn State, Graham Spanier, added his signature to this. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Um, and the NCAA probably won't even look at this. But I think it's a big step for Penn State in moving past this. If you got, hypothetically, if you got those 111 wins back, wouldn't it be easier to forget about it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you still have that looming over you. All right, we're going to wrap up the gloomy talk. We're going to come back shortly with Garden State Sharks, with Bruh of the Week, with Hot or Not, all that great stuff. And it'll be, more lighthearted portion of the show. We'll be right back.
Kicking it. What are we kicking? A soccer ball. That's right, Infinity Sports Network now has its very own soccer show. Hosted by none other than Jake Leiker, Byron Tollefson, and Noah Tabor. We bring you all the latest news on and off the pitch in the soccer world, whether it be the international or club level. Like us on Facebook at Kicking It. And don't forget to tune in once a week on Spreaker.com/Infinity Sports Network. Listen to us there.
All right, and we're back. We're actually working on trying to get some commercials of our own up on the air. Right now, Kicking It. That's a pretty great show on ISN, I'm not going to lie.
I actually have not listened to them yet, to be honest.
It's actually really good. Through my transition to football, as you guys like to call it, it's been pretty helpful. Noah and Jake, great job. All the leagues. I'm more following the BPL, but yeah, great show. But not as great as Jersey Boys Sports Talk, obviously. So we're gonna cover our Garden State Sharks again. Now, I tried to convince Snowball that I deserved bonus points for predicting I would have another 4-1 week. He declined. But nonetheless, I still had another 4-1 week for the second week in a row. Snowball went 1-4 again. CB was able to go 2-3 because he did agree with me on the Steelers. We'll be talking a lot of Steelers actually because coincidentally they're the homer statement of the week, and I also picked them. So just a great week all around for the city of Pittsburgh. So first off, last week we had the Saints +3 at the Lions. You two picked the Saints. I picked the Lions, and the Lions actually won.
Kind of bold, whatever. Drew Brees, way to blow it.
You know what? And I was really mad at this because if the Lions had settled for a field goal, stopped the Saints, and then gotten a touchdown, I would have won this. The Lions would have covered, but they decided to just punch it in for a touchdown, and then when they got the ball back, they just knelt it out. I was pretty upset with that. But nonetheless, I like the Lions this year.
What are they? What is?
They're
5-2.
They're
No,
5-2,
5-2.
and I believe they're on
It
top of the
doesn't seem like
division.
they're 5-2, right? Like, you know what I mean?
The Lions have a better record than the Seahawks right now. Just put that into perspective. And Detroit's tied for first with Green Bay right now.
Green Bay's killing it right now. I mean, the Rodgers-Nelson combo is almost unstoppable.
But they almost lost to the Dolphins.
I know, but they're still killing it.
And speaking of losing to the Dolphins, you two picked the Bears. Now, I told you guys, Jay Cutler, as much as I love him, has his down games. This was one of his down games.
The Bears they're slacking too.
He did throw a couple of picks, right?
Yeah. I don't know how many exactly.
I'm gonna have to check that out actually.
The Bears are a losing team, 3-4.
I don't. You know what? I don't think their record really does the team justice.
And you know what I also realized?
What?
There's usually a team that's undefeated during this time.
That is true, and I think the Cardinals
There's
are.
no undefeated teams.
I feel like the Cardinals might be. I don't know the Broncos are the best team in the AFC, but I think the Cardinals might be the best team in the NFC. I think the Cardinals and the Cowboys are up there. I don't know if they play each other this year, but I would love to see that game. And also with the Bears, Cutler threw an interception, 1 touchdown. Apparently Brandon Marshall was calling out everyone in the locker room. He only had like 40 yards. I think like 3 catches for 40 yards. Not a great game for him. But he really got after people in the locker room. From what we heard, and the thing is, Robbie Gould, the kicker, had more to say about it than Jay Cutler, and that's always been the main knock on Jay Cutler, that he's not a leader, and he's always frowning on the field. When that year when the Packers played the Steelers in the Super Bowl, when they played the Bears in the NFC Championship. Cutler got hurt. Caleb Haney came in, and people were knocking on Cutler for that. Now
That was the backup's name. I don't even know.
Yeah, Caleb Haney. I think the third stringer was no, they didn't have Rex Grossman back then.
No, he was gone.
Yeah, Rex Grossman was gone. J.P. Losman, was that it?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm gonna look that up later. See
right.
who the third stringer for the Bears was in 2010. But Snowball, I have to ask: is Jay Cutler capable of being the quarterback that everyone thinks he should be? Because it seems like he is definitely he's definitely lacking in the leadership category.
He's getting paid. Whoa! All right, he's getting paid like it. That's for sure.
That's mostly because of his performance, though. I feel.
Look at his weapons are. I mean, if Brady had the guys that Jay Cutler has, they would be 16-0 all over again. I mean, Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett, Matt Forte. It's amazing. I mean, the Bears' offense should be a top 5 offense, but we're just not seeing it. We're just not. I mean, Jay Cutler just isn't stepping it up, and he has to step it up. I think he's definitely capable because we've definitely seen it. We've definitely seen Jay Cutler, do well at certain times, and even I mean, he's got one more shot. I mean, this is probably his last shot.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do? Cut him? They just paid him.
No, I mean,
and I don't think anyone would be willing to trade for him.
Situation, they have to. I guess they got to go through it, and I really hoped. I mean, Jay Cutler. I mean, he's a vet. This guy is not some rook who's played 4 years. Jay Cutler has played for, I think, probably 7 years, right? Something
like that.
I mean, a decent amount of years. 06 to now. So yeah, so he's been in the league for a very long time. And we've, he's always like a 20 touchdown kind of guy. He never throws. I mean, his career high in touchdowns is 27, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. But they're QBs nowadays. We saw Payne throw 55 last year. We see QBs, the top QBs in the league are throwing 30, 40, 50 touchdowns a year. Jay Cutler has never been close to that. And even last year, he was hurt, 14 touchdowns. He probably, if he was healthy, may have been close to 30 or so. Or 20-something, late 20s. I mean, we just haven't seen with Jay Cutler, and I feel like he can definitely do it. I feel like, Cutler, I know people say he looks like he's not interested. I think he's just trying to be calm. That's honestly my opinion. I think he's just trying to be calm. Because even Eli, he looks stupid sometimes, right?
Sometimes. That's an understatement.
All right. He looks calm, cool, and collected out there. So,
I don't know. Have you seen those memes of Eli?
all right. This is not about Eli. It's
All right.
about Jake Miller.
But real quick, back to the 2010 Bears. Their third-string quarterback was a man by the name of Todd Collins. This was also the year where their third-string wide receiver was Devin Aromashadu.
Oh my god!
That year,
I had him in fantasy.
that year in the preseason, they cut their running back named Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Now, Adrian Peterson is not the Adrian Peterson who played for the Vikings. It's Adrian Peterson drafted in 2002 in the 6th round, who eventually got cut by the Bears, cut by the Seahawks, and then played for the Virginia Destroyers. He actually went to Georgia Southern. So, it's actually a decent career for Adrian Peterson. And I'm trying to see anything else notable about the 2010 Bears. Not really. They had Khalil Bell, Chester Taylor. Yeah, that's about it. And again, so Caleb Haney, probably one of the best names for backup quarterback. Yeah. So the third game from last week, we had the Panthers +7 at the Packers. Now, Snowball, please explain to me why you two picked the Panthers.
I mean, I don't know. I just thought it would be an upset. I don't know.
'Cause I really have not liked the way the Panthers have been playing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Cam Newton's their number one rusher right now. Derek Anderson is...
D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart have been hurt.
Yeah, Jonathan Stewart's coming back this week. I mean, their third stringer Fozzie Whitaker got hurt. They were playing with Darren Reeves. But the past couple games, Derek Anderson has come in. And I really don't like...
It's garbage time. Except for week 1.
But the fact that you have to bring him in bothers me. The Packers won this game 38-17. And I don't even know what the Panthers' record is. What they had to be below 500, right?
Oh no, they're 3-1.
They're 3-3. Okay, so they probably would have lost to the Bengals. So I'm ready to say they're 3-4, but
they're first in the NFC South. That division is a crappy division.
Yeah,
That's a bad division.
And you know what? That's why I picked the Bucks. But I feel like if the Bucks can come back, they're only 2 games out of first place at 1-5.
That just shows how bad the division is.
The team that's 1-5 in 4th place.
Who's given up who's given up 80 points in 2 halves this year?
Yeah, they're 2 games
halves.
back of first place. And the Saints are 2-4. The Falcons are 2-5. Now, it is. I don't know how long it's been, but for a very long time there hasn't been ever a repeat champion of the NFC South, and that's why I don't think the Panthers. Luck is not in the Panthers' favor. Neither is injuries, and just the way they're playing. They've been horrendous. So we'll see if any of the teams in the NFC South can turn it around. And now, speaking of divisions up for grabs, the Seahawks -7.5 at the Rams. As we talked about, you two picked the Seahawks. I picked the Rams. The Rams not only covered, but they won 28-26 at home. Great win for the Rams. And, I mean, they're not too far out of the division. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The Cardinals are running away with the division. But if the Rams can somehow get up above the 49ers and the Seahawks, they might have a shot at the wild card. I wouldn't count that out. The 49ers haven't been playing great. The Seahawks have been playing bad sometimes. I mean, lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Chargers, lost to the St. Louis Rams. Austin Davis. Southern Mississippi. Yeah. I don't really have any words for that. Snowball, we'll just come back to this for 1 second. Any hope for the Seahawks at winning the division or even the playoffs?
Oh, I have full faith in them. Come on now.
They're 3-3.
I mean, it's not like they barely lost to St. Louis. And St. Louis did some gutsy things that just happened to fall their way. They